Hello. How's everyone doing today? Today it is Sunday, 19th of September. Today we're talking to the peasants. Every peasant chat that is on every peasant chat period. It's on Sunday, 9:30 a.m. We talk to poor people. Basically, we disable the super chat so that I can get to all of or many of the questions on the regular chat box, and we can talk some shit because sometimes there's some hidden gold in there. Today, I want to talk about a little bit, nothing crazy. We're mostly going to talk to you guys. Is the EPA definition of a defeat device? It's a very interesting subject because I pay attention to words, what people say, specifically, and what litigation or what kind of definitions they might use in litigation. So it'll be interesting. And then we got some good traction on the whole RPM Act stuff, PFI Speed. Shout out to them. We've been in contact with them. They've been in contact with this channel. They follow this channel. I follow theirs. We ain't boys, but we're tight, and we're in the same fight. And I think traction. There's some good traction. So I think the RPM Act is the tip of the spear, and the rest of it has to be shoved into the EPA's, the whole modus operandi, the way they operate. You have to absolutely go at them and tell them you are fucking up, and this is why. And we have to come at them with consistency, science, fact. This isn't NASCAR. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk a little bit, and I'll talk a little bit about PRI. PRI sending mixed signals, mixed messages potentially, and I want to make sure everyone is on point. It's a heavy duty.
Asshole! Oh yeah, heavy duty.
We'll say hi to the guys here real quick, and then we'll get to it. 508 Josh says good morning. Wesley Stewart says good morning. Frank says good morning. And YouTube Corp and Free Speech says good morning. Then we got Rich 50, Shark Marl, PNW, Miguel Salazar, Angel H, Innocent, New Edge, John Orsak, Frank S550, Jared Wells, AJ Narcisse, Tongue Punch My Fart Pipe, basically his asshole. Mike Schmidt, the great Cincinnati Red. Was he a Cincinnati? No, he was a Kansas City Royal. Isaiah Lava, Peter Chow, Angel PR from Puerto Rico, checking in. Clip the horse. We got August Corum, Made of Stone 45, WM Sean King, Scott Andrews, Ronnie, Ryan Wright. We got Chaz Bono, Macho Matt, Turbo 96 Cobra, Hunter Walker, Isaiah Davis, DO5 F150. Good morning, Alex. Watched last night's Dating Channel Live and was interesting to say the least. The toxicity in the chat was actually pretty interesting last night. It was an interesting experiment. Let's just say that. Hola, good morning, good day, good morning. Finally caught another. Wally 50, owner, Fast Rider, and Evil Horse. Okay, so let's talk about what I think is a bit of the issue with language. Defeat device. So this is all hypothetical, but I cannot make a car pass that has missing emissions equipment if the missing emissions equipment guidelines are tight. Let's say, for instance, you live in a state like Massachusetts, California, yada, 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 that say if the rear O2s are off, if the EGR is deleted, and it is the readiness monitors, if they don't all set, or at least all but one, which I think it's they allow one like non-complete or incomplete test, not supported, like incomplete. Some are not supported, like OBD1 cars, but OBD2 cars, 96 and up, and some California earlier cars, everything has to work. So let's throw some hypotheticals out there, purely hypothetical, in a completely different mindset, completely different universe, an alternate universe in the Matrix. If I shut off rear O2s on a car that removed the cats so that his check engine light does not come on, he will not pass emissions. Understand, guys, he will not pass emissions testing. So tuners are not disabling things, hypothetically, to make the cars pass and defeat emissions. Defeating emissions has a connotation of oh, you can have a car, spewing raw gas out the bitch, and when they go get plug in and pass emissions, it passes. That's what Volkswagen did. Volkswagen literally changed data in the operating system that allowed the cars to have great performance on the road and have dirtier emissions. But when they got tested and plugged in, they were able to pass all the readiness monitors. Basically, it changed the programming like on the fly so that when you plugged in and maybe steered to the left or steered whatever, there was some a certain way that you had to kick on, and that defeated emissions. That literally made dirty cars pass. They're diesel passenger vehicles. So let's keep going. So if I have access, to emissions components in the calibration, is it the software company's issue or is it my issue? Interesting. But let's say I do disable it. Let's say you disable EGR, rear O2, yada, yada, yada. Again, hypothetically, because you should not do that. It's illegal to do so. But let's say hypothetically you deleted EGR, you deleted EVAP, you deleted the rear O2s, and the tuner, hypothetically, if he has access to it in the software, disables all that just so that you don't have a check engine light on. When you go plug in at your emissions testing facility, it won't pass inspection. It won't pass emissions. It'll say rear O2s aren't on, dude. Your EVAP is not fucking working, and go get it fixed. There is no defeating emissions on our end. There is no defeating. How we don't have that. We're not Volkswagen. Do you think we have access to the actual operating system as built from the factory? No. Some people, depending on the software they use, have access to some things. So if you start turning things off, it will not pass inspection. It will not pass emissions. Again, you are not defeating emissions by disabling codes. So when they say defeat device, what are you defeating? What are you defeating? Your car will not pass if you remove certain components and make it a street legal vehicle and everything gets shut off. So defeating emissions is like a defeat device is a weird way of putting something because we cannot defeat anything. So if I was a lawyer, I would say you've accused my client of defeating emissions testing. And a lawyer that knows anything about cars would go, when they plug in and things happen to be off, they have not defeated anything. If anything, they have made that car fail because the user, the end user, the owner of the car decided to do it himself. But we can't even do that legally. We cannot disable lights for rear O2s. We can't disable rear O2s. We can't disable EGR. We can't disable EVAP legally. Even though if we could, it is not defeating emissions. The car won't pass in an emission state. Someone put on the chat, Florida is a defeat device. Right. So in a state that does not have emissions, what's the problem? If the state says, we don't have that here, the air is pretty clean, depending on air quality, certain states bypass emissions testing. That's right. I think Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, or certain counties said your air is getting cleaner and cleaner, so they remove emissions testing. Ain't that some shit? So technically, a tuner cannot at all make a car pass inspection in terms of emissions if the owner removed emissions components. If anything, the owner has to understand that all you might have is a check engine light not turn on, but your car will not pass in an emission state. So I think there's maybe a case to be made there, but there is such a broad brush because if you look up the actual definition, it's retarded. A defeat device is any motor vehicle hardware software design that interferes or disables emissions controls under real-world driving conditions, even if the vehicle passes formal emissions testing. Alter, design that interferes with or disables, interferes with a O2 extension. An O2 extension interferes with the O2 signal. Is an O2 extension a defeat device? A screwdriver can turn the idle air mixture screw richer or leaner. Is that a defeat device? The screwdriver, is the screwdriver the defeat device? Like, I'm blown away by the language, and it matters. It really does matter, because that's how people litigate cases. Language. And I guarantee certain language will be changed and modified and everything. Real quick. The other thing I saw on the Instagram and everything, right? Shout out to PRI for talking to PFI Speed and talking about that. But I did have kind of my own thoughts about how that went down, because they talked about race cars. And I'm like, okay, what about the street car, which is 90% of the customer base that buys aftermarket performance parts? There is no avenue. But again, guys, tip of the spear, we're hoping that there is. Our PM Act has to pass first. Has to pass. And do not start celebrating if it passes. Now, there'll be even more pushback. If the RPM Act passes, I guarantee people like the EPA will go, uh-oh, these guys are gaining traction. We will change our definitions of things, and we'll just go after people because we fucking can. Fuck you, and bleed them dry. That's how they do it. But we have to really push back, because they're not right on this. I'm sorry, EPA. You are not right on this. You done fucked up. You picked the wrong way of going about it. But let's talk about PRI real quick, right? So PRI is shining a light on the whole struggle. EPA, small shops, small hot rod shops that build race cars, and that used to have that had a VIN number, and converted them to race cars only. And okay, great. Then they go and cover Drag Week. Like, I love Drag Week. Nothing wrong with Drag Week. But if PRI in one sentence is saying, these cars are not legal on the street, race cars only, you're going out to shops, we support you. By the way, check out Billy McFuckface's 2,800 horsepower E85 twin turbo things out the shit, driving on the street, slicks in a trailer, and I'm like, I couldn't, like, who is their PR person? I get it. You want to support Drag Week. I get it. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't go out there saying to someone like a PFI Speed, we support you. All you're trying to do is race car stuff. I get it. And and then all of a sudden they go, check out this 80,000 horsepower car that drove 1,000 miles on highways and E85 and blah, 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 run sevens. And I'm like, oh, like it was just odd. It was just odd to me. So I support Drag Week. I don't want it to go away, but I think the messaging can be seen. Like, I noticed it, and I'm just some stupid nobody Puerto Rican that comments on the stuff that happens in the performance and racing industry. And I, as a EPA person, would go, what's that? So I appreciate the help. I appreciate you're trying to put a spotlight on it, but you're not helping by actually doing some things that are contradicting what you're trying to accomplish. It was odd. It was just odd to me. Okay, let's get to the peasant questions. If you guys think I'm full of shit, you could say so. I don't care. But again, this is the peasant chat, so I wouldn't expect any less. My hands can be considered a defeat device, says Coyote Kelly. Florida got rid of it because it's mad expensive. Florida got rid of the emissions testing because there is money here. I'm not stupid. I know exactly why Florida doesn't have emissions testing. Where do you think the rich go to have their leisure boats and leisure craft and leisure vehicles and live the high life? Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Texas, some of Texas, yeah. North Dakota, South Dakota, yeah. Arizona, some Arizona, Scottsdale, stuff like that. Virginia, nah. Florida. yachts. Guys, have you seen cruise ships come in and out of port? Have you seen cruise ships come in and out of port? Stop it. Stop it. Those things look like a rolling, like yee rolling whole motherfucker. I'm like, and they burn like the nastiest stuff. Maybe GESI or GESI or G or whatever. Maybe they can make a catalytic converter for the Carnival cruise ship and put it on the top of that motherfucker. Because when I see them things come in, I'm like, bro, you ain't got shit on us. I mean, we ain't got shit on them in terms of emissions stuff. A number of drag week competitors were posting about RPM Act this week. That's great. That's great. But if you highlight cars that are insanely powerful and driving on the street, but in the same breath you say these, you highlight someone else's shit saying these are not for street, and I'm like, dude, stop it. Have you ever seen government give its people more rights than liberties? No, gosh, no, absolutely not. Abel S550 says, Alex, I got a question on a Gen 2 S550 NA max effort setup. I know 331 rear end will go with a 28-inch tire or 26. It's going to be street raced, roll racing. I know, gay. I would always stick with the 315s. Like on every S550, 10R80 car, I'm a 315 guy. Like always, like some of the quickest cars, maybe some have 410s, maybe some have 331s, but 331 isn't the end all be all gear for NA. In my opinion, 315 kind of does it all. Someone said chat full of trolls. I don't see anyone here. Make the language so broad that it encompasses everything, says Cliff. Exactly. Laws are written using verbiage like this, so it allows interpretation by the courts. Exactly. Let's say I live outside the U.S. and no emissions test, and I have a full exhaust non-cat and would want the railroad to delete it. Would you, the tuner, can turn it off? And I'm also completely aware. Angel, no. Any tuner based in the U.S. cannot bypass emissions components in the calibration. They just cannot. Then let's take it another step further. Why do they have access to that part of the calibration? Okay, so what are we doing? Who is to blame? Who do you go after? It's so freaking weird and broad right now. I think Michigan doesn't have emissions either. Exactly. Why doesn't, where they make the cars, why don't they have emissions where they make the car? Angel says, I follow you so long. I remember when you didn't have any gray in your beard. I've always had gray in my beard. It's just been a little less prevalent. This is all NA guys. Stress from the fucking NA guys. And I've been on for 8 years. I'm sorry. Aging is a thing. I love how people look at guys' fucking faces. Like guys are, if you're gay, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. But dude, looking at a guy's face and commenting on his features is something I've literally never done. You're looking kind of old, bro. You're looking mad buff. I've never done that. Cargo ships, airplanes cause so much more bad emissions than vehicles, but EPA isn't going after them yet. SNTX, I'm not going to go for that bullshit. Just too much shit to go. Have any thoughts on South Tennessee, Chattanooga area? Yes, it's very nice. Been looking at land out there. It's kind of in the middle of a bunch of tracks. Still somewhat big city, but not well known. Exactly. I think Tennessee, unfortunately, is going to be the next area to pop. It is beautiful. It is very nice. The Black Mountains? I forget what it's fucking called, but I know many friends that bought vacation homes in that area. Beautiful, mountainous, hilly, favorable, great looking women generally. So Tennessee is going to be one of those states, I think, that is going to have another explosion in population, just like Florida's experiencing, just like Texas is experiencing. I think Texas is like a jumping off point for a lot of people from the West Coast or from the Northeast. They go to Texas because there is work there. There is money there. Then they go, it's weird weather-wise. They get pummeled by tropical storms. And like in the last 7 or 8 years, since I've been here and some of in Houston, since I moved out of Massachusetts, I have seen Houston specifically just get pummeled with rain and hurricanes and storms. And I'm like, holy crap. And I think a lot of people go, okay, let's go to Texas. Then they go 2 years later, let's get out of here. But Texas always attracts people because the money, the industry, it's like a big factory. And, you can make a really good life there. I personally wouldn't live there because I've experienced it and it just wasn't for me specifically. But I understand why people would use that as like a jumping off point to their final destination, which might end up being Tennessee. I like it there very much. You're not as hot as you used to be, says Ant19 Coyote. What's up, bitch? You ran into issues with VCT cams not phasing on Gen 1 engines? No, not generally, unless something was installed improperly. JR10 says Michigan no emissions would look a bit odd when all the trucks and cars were failing federal testing after a few years. GM planned obsolescence was made known decades ago. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Memphis and the land is selling like crazy. Bronco staying. Tennessee is going to be one of those states that just is going to explode in population. And I mean, when you think about it, where it's located, it's actually pretty nicely centrally located to many things. If you don't mind, a little bit of a drive. Like when you look at where it's located, you go, wow, SGMP is close. North Carolina is close. And there's a lot of tracks in the Carolinas. Bowling Green, Kentucky. There's tracks in Kentucky. Arkansas. There ain't shit in Arkansas. I even forgot that bitch was a state. So yeah, when you look at Tennessee, right, I'm here. And all these states here, North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, nobody's moving to Louisiana. Louisiana's losing population. So basically, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, this is going to be the hot area, in my opinion, in the next 10 years. The Southeast is going to explode in population. And I think Tennessee specifically, not only because it's beautiful, gorgeous, favorable, conservative, right-leaning, I think you can make a good life there. I literally think you can do really well there. Nashville's popping, a lot of good shit going on there. So I think you could really do well there. And you should consider it if you want a slightly quieter life, favorable laws for car stuff, not that far from anything like Atlanta, SGMP, Florida, if you want to go for a bit of a drive, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. It's actually a nice location in my opinion. Texas is full. Stay away. Yeah, guys, stay away. I wouldn't urge you to move to Texas if you're coming from the Northeast or California. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you. You might think it's for you. You might think, well, let me move there. Everything's free and favorable. The people don't want your bullshit. And a lot of people from the Northeast and California go there and try to mold it and change it to what they like, AKA the state they left. And it blows my mind that people still do that. Cherie Ratcliffe says, good morning, everyone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me just lower the fucking volume here because people see I'm on and they go, oh, let me go ahead and, so what is this? He sent me pictures. What the fuck is hitting? What is hitting? Transmission? Throttle body was hitting. Why was your throttle body hitting your hood? That's crazy. Tennessee has high crime though. Dude, everywhere. There's high crime in Miami. There's high crime everywhere. So who cares? Just, there's not high crime in the mountains. There's nobody there. Shark morals. No taxes, state 2. Tennessee has no state tax? Tennessee state tax? Really? What's this Tennessee income tax rate? There is no income tax on wages in the state, making it one of the states of the lowest taxes. Therefore, the Tennessee income tax rate is 0%. It does have, however, a flat 1 to 2% tax rate that applies to income earned from interest and dividends, which is normal. Great gun laws in Tennessee too. Smoky Mountains, exactly. Smoky Mountains. I'm telling you guys, Tennessee is going to start popping really soon. You'll see. Excuse me. A little off topic. But I saw on Facebook Marketplace that someone was selling a backdraft Cobra. Super nice, black with black stripes, red outline, and the stripes, $82,000. That's about right. But I have a lot going on. And I want to buy a house eventually. Once this housing market, I don't think it's ever stabilized, in Florida. Florida just keeps going in terms of house prices. So once I get to a position where I own a home and have a big garage, then I'll start looking into a backdraft Cobra. But it'll be a while. Blown50 says, nailed it, Alex. Thanks. I finally got rid of my 18 yesterday, says Coyote Kelly, for a 15 MTD2 PP1 Premium with Recars. Very nice car. Only problem I see under the hood is a certain three-letter key, Series 699, and I don't know who it's tuned by. Then Series 699. Then you can look up the, if you have a tuner, you can look up vehicle info and see what it says, and it might give you a clue as to who's tuning it. Florida is full too. Go away. So many from the Northeast, and Cali moving here. Minnesota and Wisconsin are pretty nice and have a good car scene. Only downside is the cold, snowy winter, so drag racing is a seasonal activity here only in the spring, summer, and fall. BDAN 1324, same here. South Florida specifically, South Florida. Again, it is not west, northeast. It's not Jacksonville. It's not Tampa. It's not Tallahassee. South Florida. There is a racing season and it's generally not in the summer, but the tracks are open the whole year. It's just raining a lot, so it'll be hit and miss as to when you can actually race. Big Ricky says, morning, Allison. Just want to come by and give you a like. I'll watch it tomorrow on the way to work. Have a good day. Thank you, Big Ricky. Running down false knock and came up on a chunk of the hood dug out from the throttle body. I think this is the solution. What do you think? Sent you a PM. Hunter Walker, yeah, it looked like your throttle body was hitting the hood, and anything that can cause engine resonance, tapping the hood, will cause the knock sensors to go off. I'm from Tennessee, and the problem is these liberals will move here because of no state income tax, and it's pretty cheap to live, but they'll move here and continue to vote Democrat. Democrats are going to move to red states. Sorry, red is Republican. Democrats are going to move to red states to turn it. They want to turn it. Now, there are purple states, which is like Florida, which is a swing state. It can be Democrat or Republican, depending on, because people are kind of like lean both ways here. But hardcore red states are going to be flooded by Democrats to flip them. That's just how it is. And there's an incentive to do that. RTRL says, hey, Alex, not Mustang related, but have you seen the spy video of the C8 Z06? Absolutely. It sounds like a big V6. And I hope... So if it's a high revving dual overhead cam V8, by the way, I called that 10 years ago. It's all good. I called that shit 10 years ago. I'll find the video and play it, and you guys are going to go, you won't be able to say shit. But if it's a high revving V8, a dual overhead cam, I don't like how it sounds. Don't get me wrong. Coyotes sound like assholes. You have to do a lot of work to the Coyote so it doesn't sound like shit, right? That like a MagnaFlow Street Series exhaust, an H pipe, not an X pipe, long tubes, sounds pretty good. But once it gets high to the high RPM ranges, it sounds like a pissed off Honda. And that Corvette to me sounded like a pissed off Honda. Thoughts on the Cervini's 13, 14, 2020 GT500? I don't know what the fuck he just said. Oh, you mean the hood? It's a hood. What do you want me to say about it? It's a hood. Like Derek Barron Productions, he has a 13, 14 GT500 hood. Let me look him up. He's a good dude. Young kid, doing things. I like his energy. I just like him. I don't dislike the dude at all. Like there's some fuckboy YouTubers that he's not one of them. Maybe you guys would disagree, but I don't know. He seems to be a cool kid. Got engaged to his girlfriend recently. I'm just like, hey, good for you. But there's a video of him. God damn it, you got a bunch of shit everywhere, and you don't have like a picture of the hood. So let's look up the Cervini's GT500 style hood for S197 images. I think it's a good looking hood, but man, I don't think they have one in an S197. I could have sworn Derek Barron had one in his car. And but anyway, go to his channel. His blue car has a GT500 style hood for a 1314. I think it looks pretty good on the car. Call me crazy. That's why I'm still renting. The prices to buy in Florida are crazy. Rich 50, people don't understand until they move here how crazy prices are for homes in Florida, specifically South Florida, even North Florida. When Lund Racing moved to North Florida, I was like, okay, you guys will get more for your money. And I'm like, God damn, like it was still kind of pricey for North Florida. Well, it doesn't buck and just rev up for no reason at a red light, Coyote Kelly. So I can kind of narrow it down to who it isn't tuned by. It was difficult to find a nice G2 S550 around here, Gen 2 S550. First time I've heard that term be used, G2 S550. Coyote sounds like your ex-wife screaming at you. Good morning, says Tony. Ray says, what, is everyone just repeating their name? Tony, Ray. Good morning, how can we get more people aware of what's going on with the EPA? I went to a few car shows and nobody is talking about it. How can they not know? Like PFI's, the good thing about PFI Speed is they're in the import car market, Honda guys specifically. And that's a tight group. Like they, even though, most of us might think they're gay, that's a tight group. And word gets around and all of their videos get really good traction, and they went after the wrong dude. They went after the nicest. They went after the fucking nicest guy I've ever seen. Super nice, well-spoken, mom, like defines small business. Like if you were a government agent and you're like, who should we attack? Who should we go after? Who should we find? This guy here looks really nice, mom and pop, good example for his sons, hard worker, grinder. Yeah, let's go after him. What the fuck shithead thought of that? One of the nice, I don't know him personally, but everything I can tell or see, he's like fucking genuine as shit. And they went after the most wholesome, genuine dude. Like, I understand going after a big company that you guys perceive as evil. But him, out of all people, going after what made America small business, the American dream? You guys fucking insane? Dude. And I think that's why a lot of people are, have his back. But I want to make sure he doesn't get co-opted by people that have different interests. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand he needs a push and he needs PRI and SEMA to get behind the push, but, don't start changing the narrative and using him as a prop. Like, this guy's genuine as fuck. Don't fuck with him. Don't use him. Because I'm a cynical asshole. I always see people as to, like, what do you want out of me? Like, PRI came up to me like, how you doing, guys? I'm like, yeah. Like, what you got to say? Because you've been quiet a long ass time. You've been quiet a long ass time, and now you're using me as a jump off point for your shit. Why now? Oh, we've been working in the background. Well, why hasn't it been even fucking harder? Why wasn't it a bigger push? Why now do you want to talk to me? So I'm a cynical asshole. I'd be like, why the fuck this and this and that? And if they were like, you need to say these words. No, fuck you. I'm not going to say no fucking words. If you want to interview me, you better air all this shit or we don't fucking interview nothing. I have the rights to see the final cut. I have the rights to see the final cut as to what gets put out there so you don't change the narrative. They will not interview me. Because the moment the guy goes, Mr. Flores, I see you used to be YOLO douchebag. And I'd like to know, I go, actually, hold on, buddy. Let me ask you a question. How long have you been working for PRI? 20 years. So why in the motherfuck in the last 2 years has this shit popped off when they've been hitting people since 2015? We've been working in the background and working with the fuck you. I want to know, how much you make. Where do you get your money? Why isn't there a big lobby push to get, oh, bro, I would flip that shit. Because I'm an asshole. I want answers. I want answers. I'm running defaults on my car. Will Lund have any issues tuning my car? I love it. I know you guys can't turn off CEL since y'all want to stay in business, so I went that route. We will not alter anything having to do with emissions components. If you install defoulers on your shit, it might run badly because now you've taken the O2 and moved it up slightly. I've seen people put 90-degree anti-foulers, and I'm like, oh, so you want your car to run like shit. Your car will run like shit and not fuel properly. What do you mean? I'm just removing the O2 for... It needs a clean signal. So the further the O2 is away from the air it's sampling or the exhaust it's sampling, the worse it runs. So that's the best I could do, brother. Love you. Bless Brent from PFI Speed. Bless him. He's a nice guy, but I want to make sure he doesn't get co-opted by self-serving, self-interest companies or organizations that'll use him as a sympathetic figurehead, but not really help him out. Yeah, that's bullshit to me, bro. I hope not. I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm just saying I hope that's not what they're doing. Yeah, it's messed up that they hit PFI and JH Diesel. Yeah, crazy to me. Brent is a top-notch guy, 1,000%, 100%. Yeah, I understand why people would hate me. I 100% understand. I'm divisive. I will tell you, I'll say, fuck your mom, eat my asshole with jelly. So some people think, oh, he's arrogant. Like the people that know me on a personal level, this dude's fucking solid as fuck. On the show, I have to be entertaining, but I understand why people would dislike me. I get that. That's okay. It's kind of a good thing. I don't understand anyone that dislikes the guy from PFI Speed, like at all, right? Like it's same thing with Cletus. You can't dislike him. I just saw a video of him in the nicest way possible saying, "Hey there, Golly, can you not come to the track and piss me the fuck off between rounds?" Like, you could tell that he wants to say certain things. Like, hey, guys, I'm at the track, and golly darn it, when I'm packing the parachute in my, and, you know, whatever his car's name, Cletus, Toast, Rover, Mullet, Hullabaloo, whatever the car's names are. The last thing I could do is just take time off to, like, take a picture with your kid. And then I guess apparently like at LS Fest or something, because I saw the video, I laughed. He said, you know, people come up and I'm in the middle of packing my parachute and I can't just stop doing that because I'm about to go 200 miles an hour in the quarter to sign your son's shirt. And then you get mad at me when I don't have the time. I've been waiting out here. The entitlement of certain Americans is mind-blowing. I've been waiting out here for 3 hours and you still haven't signed my son's shirt. Your son has a dickhead dad. Your son has a dickhead dad if you do that to someone that at a track. I've never bothered anyone at a track. I would hope, like, okay, if you ever go to Texas 2K, the Lambo guys, the Calvo guys, the ETS guys, they have their own pit. And I do not blame them at all for putting a partition, like a divider, like velvet rope around their whole camp so no one fucks with them. Because I understand how much of a problem it is when someone comes up to you and you're wrenching on a car. And the guy said, hey, man, like right above your head. Oh, yo, what's up, Ali? Hey, man, I love your videos. Hey, let me ask you a question. I'm like, you see this fucking wrench in my hand, dude? Like, you don't know not to bother me at this moment. So people apparently are going up to Cletus saying, hey, man, sign my shirt. Hey, I gotta hit, I'm in the finals. I gotta pack the parachute. What the fuck? It only takes 5 minutes. And you know it doesn't take 5 minutes. He turns around and goes, all right, golly darn it, shucks. Let me go over there, god darn. How you doing? Gall, dang it, how you doing? What's your son's name? Kyle. To my Skeeter, Dieter, Diddle a Feeder, Freedom Factory Feeder, Love Cleater. Well, that's pretty good. Here you go, little Kyle. Have a good one. And as he's about to go back to pack his parachute, the guy goes, grabs Cletus by the arm. Hey, get over here. I got an LS1 with a polluter, fuck the planet cam, and a T56. What do you think? And he's like, dude. So I understand how Cletus is trying to. I can't wait till Cletus has his explosion. And I'm going to go, that's when I'm going to start becoming a fan. When real shit comes out. He's like, you know, hey, Cleater, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, man, I'm packing to shoot, man. Yeah, but I've been waiting here for 10 minutes. Fuck you, okay, motherfucker, okay? Fuck you. You don't understand what fuck you means, okay? I'm trying to pack the shoot on Leroy. I'm trying to go 200 miles an hour, and I already signed your fucking kid's shirt. What do you want, blood? You want blood? Cut this shit. Here's some blood. You want some of my blood? You want me to put it in a vial so you can wear it around your neck? You fuck. And I'm going to sit there going, holy shit. Dang, Cletus. I'm going to subscribe. That's what I want to see. Jesus. Freedom Factory Feeder. Demonology is a real nice guy too. He can be added to the list. Demonology is fucking solid. I am a premium member to Demonology. Why? Because he supports the channel. I support him back. Actually, I got to become a Mexico Racing League premium member. I'm going to do that right after this. I'm going to sign up for their premium membership and just get access to their videos and behind the scenes stuff because it looks pretty interesting. You break your concentration and forget something and big problems can happen. Imagine you're in the middle of packing your chute, right? And you fold something wrong. You forget this, you forget that. Because you had to talk to this guy about his mullet mobile. I'm like, guys, you got to leave. I think Garrett Mitchell. See, there's Cletus. Then I believe and I hope there's Garrett Mitchell. Garrett Mitchell's probably normal. He's like, this fucking bullshit. You know, shipping shirts is a fucking nightmare. The hat's stupid, but you know what? People buy it, so I'm going to give them what they want. Yeah, I got to make this. Fuck this motherfucker. Let me get some Bush Light. Fuck it. That's probably Garrett Mitchell. Cleater has to be Cletus, a character. Now you understand why I stopped being YOLO douchebag. You guys know that if I'm at a track and I'm wrenching on something and you interrupt me, I'm probably going to give you a fucking earful, right? Hey, asshole, what the fuck are you doing? Don't you know that I'm wrenching on the car? If you see me chilling, sitting down on my little chair, drinking a Diet Coke, come on up and talk. We'll chill out. But if I'm hustling to turn the car around during rounds, fuck you. Get the fuck away from me. And I love that I have that layer of protection because you might get an earful if you fuck up. With Cletus, you almost have... I guarantee there are people that want to get Cletus pissed off and they got their cell phones on like this. Hey, Cletus, your shit sucks. Fuck you. Hey, look, get over here. And just to try to get a reaction out of him, too. And I'm like, dude, I'm so glad I stopped being YOLO douchebag. So glad. People knocking his RV at night in parking lots. Could you imagine knocking on the dude's RV? He's there with his fiance, his crew, his boys. He bought that RV so he has privacy and be able to get to the track and save on hotel. And you motherfuckers are knocking on it? That's the problem with going, yay, yay, and promoting that, yo, yo, and burnouts and dumb shit. You attract the dumbasses. And I do not want to attract the dumbasses. I want to attract people that, even though it's a third, a quarter, an eighth of the potential people that are watching my shit, at least they understand life a little bit. And if you're a yee boy, mud truck, mud butt having motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. I want nothing to do with you. I love how his fans actually think his name is Cletus. Could you imagine being, let's say he's at a really nice restaurant. Him and his woman seems very lovely. They just want to, hey, babe, let's just get away from the hustle and bustle. We're going to take a week off. We're going to go to, Cabo. We're going to go somewhere really nice and treat you really good. And he's a tall motherfucker. He's huge. So, he cuts his hair finally. Because he's like, I don't want to be noticed. So he cuts his hair like a normal person, wears a nice shirt to this restaurant, sits down. He goes, I'd like one of your edamames. Can I get an edamame? And can I get some scallops as an appetizer? And some guy is on vacation in Mexico. Said, holy shit, home, it fucking Cletus. Oh, I got a WS6, Holmes, with a fucking cam. Man, I bought your Freedom Fat. I love your shit, bro. And then he's like, hey, I'm on vacation with my fiance. It's okay. Let me just take a picture real quick. It's not a problem. Hey, Cletus McSkeeter. I'd punch that fucking guy in the face. That will never happen in my life. People come up to me and they go, Alex, love the show. Thank you. And they leave. That's how you should do it. When I'm out there in public, hi, Alex. Hey, boop. That's it. It's over. Conversation over. Hey, Alex, I'm storing your car over the winter. What's winter? There is no winter here. Should I go for the long term? When storing your car with winter E85 up here, Colorado, I would put pump gas in it. If you're going to store it away for 3 or 4 months and not turn it on, I would get the E85 out of it, run pump gas, drive it a little bit on pump gas to get plenty of pump gas through the system. Then you can store it, put some stable bullshit in it or whatever. But the next time you turn that car on in the spring, get that gas out of there. Just drive it normally until you get that gas out of there, put good fresh gas in it, and then get back on the 85 eventually. When Ned Flanders finally loses it, it's gonna be sucked to be the guy that does it next to the guy that does exactly. Those Camaro YDBT jokes and Ghost Cam jokes were so funny. Do miss those jokes. I have people come up to me. Oh my God, guys. Embarrassing. Love you guys. You guys are great fans and I appreciate it. But some people go, like in public, they go, hey Alex, when you went on the Camaro thing, I thought that was cool. So if you didn't know me, if you didn't know anything, if you didn't know the situation, and you're looking at a guy, talk to another guy, and he's going, hey, I liked when you went. They're like, what the fuck is happening over there? What the fuck is that guy doing? And I'm just like, I've literally had people do that. You remember that time you went, oh, fucking Camaros are gay, right? I'm like, no, Camaros are okay. Wait a minute. What? Alex, you think Camaros are okay? Yeah, they're fine. They're just not my favorite car. But I thought you said that they're all gay. like, God, I was doing it for the show. Like, what's the big deal? My whole life is ruined. Alex said he likes Camaros. He's fake. He's fucking fake. My whole life is a lie. He likes Camaros. Alex bought a V3. What the fuck is wrong with him? I thought he hates LS and LTs. I never said that. I said C7 ZR1's badass. C6 ZR1's King Daddy. C6Z is badass. What? I thought you were for real. Man, I thought we would be together. My tears come up, I wonder why. Got out of bed at all. Raindrops dropping, and I can't see at all. Put your picture up. No, I'm not going to play it because I'm going to get copyrighted. How much would a carbon fiber drive shaft reduce the NVH noise over an aluminum drive shaft? 83 decibels. No, NVH. How much will it reduce NVH? I'm like, I don't know, 15 microns. It'll reduce it. Let me see. Unit of measurement for vibration. Okay, what is a unit of measurement for vibration? A complete assessment of exposure to vibration requires the measurement of vibration acceleration in meters per second. It will hertz frequency. Okay, it will reduce it 7 hertz. If you buy a carbon fiber drive shaft to get rid of NVH over an aluminum drive shaft, you will see a reduction in NVH over 7 to 9 hertz. What the fuck do I know, man? It's still real to me, damn it. That's the one. The guy who was talking to wrestlers. He basically was talking to wrestlers, and he was mad that the Undertaker isn't really a zombie, okay? Do you think the Undertaker is the living dead? Like, are you fucking serious? Yeah, it's still real to me, damn it. And there's a famous clip of a guy talking to wrestlers, and the wrestlers are talking about being a heel, being a character, being this. Wait, your name is not really Goldberg? Mr. Undertaker, man, Undertaker, sign my shirt, Undertaker. Do the thing where you roll your eyes in the back of your head, Undertaker. Give me the tombstone.
Next question, Jeff, where are you?
This is it, guys. This is the clip of all clips. This gentleman is talking to a group of wrestlers at some event, and he is mad because it's still real to him.
Next question, Jeff, where are you? Right there.
Yeah. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it. It's still real to me, damn it. I mean, thank you. Thank you, guys. Y'all are awesome.
Jake the Snake! Show me, do you have a snake with you? Jake the Snake? The fuck, man. The fuck. It's still real to me, damn it. Wait, your name's not Cletus? Hey, Cletus, come over here real quick. I want to talk to you. Hey, man, how you doing? Skeeter McDeeter. Sure. Let me ask you. Is your real name Cletus? What's your middle name? And if I was Cletus, I'd go Cletus McCletus. Oh, wow. Were y'all from Alabama? Because I knew a Cleet from Alabama, and I'm telling you, you look just like him. I'm from Tampa, asshole. Stupid motherfucker. It's still real to me, damn it. Wrestling geeks are the worst. The cream of the crop. Like, hey. See, WWE is going to absolutely copyright my shit because they're going to be like, oh, yeah, the cream of the crop and the best. You know, what rises to the top is the cream. The cream rises
WrestleMania
to the top.
3 at the Silverdome in Pontiac.
Oh, Mean Gene Okerlund, because I'm the cream of the crop. I go to the cream of the crop.
I'm talking about all the way to the top. Yeah,
All the way to the top.
yeah. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top.
I love you. I love you. Oh, rest in peace, Macho Man. Rest in peace. Ooh, yeah. The cream rises to the top. Hey, you want to go to LS Fest, Timmy? Yeah. You want to see Cletus? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Oh, Cletus just came back from a run. This would be the perfect time to get in his face and try to get him to sign your sunglasses. Hey, Cletus, he's unbuckling his shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? Waiting for Coyote to become so cheap that I can upgrade from my 5.3 LS F-150 from my 5.3 LS. The F-150 is the best-selling truck in America. Those trucks will end up in the junkyard eventually for my broke ass to get in the game. Be damned, it will happen. Alex, I got a P0088 code with using the torque reduction tune. I flashed back to the regular tune and the code went away. It is a torque reduction. No, it is not a torque reduction tune. It is removing torque reduction. Is your car driving badly? Eliza's SI50. Is your car driving badly with that code? If not, clear the code. Wait till they find out his family owns Jimmy John's and he's not in the trailer park. Exactly. Guy, the kid's a well-off dude. The kid, he is a hard worker. I'm not saying he didn't have he doesn't deserve what he has. I'm just saying he was a well-off dude before this shit. He didn't have to do any of this shit. He'd be okay. Another sound clip. Wait, I made it. What's up? What's up? Says Band 50. Heather Swanson from South Park. Heather Swanson. Yes, when Strong Woman came up against a trans, which ended up being Macho Man. Wonderful, wonderful shit. They might have the heart attack. Old wrestling is the best. 33,000 feet on my flight. Diego Flores. How you doing? I've been laughing at that clip since childhood. There's a good edit on YouTube of him just breathing. Macho Man just breathing. Here it is. Okay. From Killa Skill, 464 subscribers. This is like Cletus fans at LS Fest.
It's enough to get me to the boiling point.
You don't want to sign my shirt?
It's enough to get me to the boiling.
Who do you think you are? You owe me a signed straw hat.
It's enough to get me to the boiling point.
Oh, Cletus, what the fuck, Cletus? I drove all the way down from 10 miles away in my... I drove from 10 miles away, Cleet, and I owned a Chevy 350 with TBI injection. Do you know how much of a risk that was? Sign my straw hat. Wow. No, I Eliza says, no, I didn't. It didn't drive bad. I beat a red eye from a dig, but the code is a low pressure. Oh, low pressure code. Eliza, send me a data log with the R12 configuration. Eliza, send us a data log with the R12 configuration. If you do not have the R12 configuration, email us. We'll send you the R12 configuration. It shows fuel pressure, fuel rail pressure. And if fuel rail pressure is dropping, you have a fuel pump going out. Built 6R80 or 10R80 for roll racing and occasional dig. Look, in my opinion, look. Both transmissions aren't racing. They're test and tune transmissions, and they're a good street driving with high horsepower capability transmission. But to me, it is not a it's not a racing trans. Out of those two, the 6R80 shows the least amount of issues, period. Both built to the hilt. the 6R80 shows less issues than the 10R80. Yonce says nitrous dialed in to get rid of the lean spike and misfire on the hit. 3-second delay and 5-second ramp in time. Mint. Beautiful. See? Thank you, Yonce. The nitrous applications are end user heavy. You have to know how to adjust on your end. You have to know how to read logs to be able to get rid of lean spikes and ramp in the nitrous properly. I can't sit there and start hammering the math because of a nitrous hit. Because that nitrous hit at 1,000 PSI, and let's say I fuck with the math to get rid of the lean spike, then the next one is 900 PSI, then 800 PSI, then about 750 PSI. Then you start going the other way, Rich, because I hammered the math like an asshole. So it's better for you on your end to ramp in the nitrous properly so that lean spikes and misfires go away. Good job, brother. I love it. Ronnie says, I got you for 3 minutes Macho Man clip. Ronnie, send it. Send me a clip because LS Fest is somewhere I should go incognito so that I see like the worst of humanity. Like I'm going to go to LS Fest like with a big stupid mustache and like a big straw hat and like what do you call those glasses that the fucking douchebags wear? That's like takes up your whole fucking face, and you go to Mud Butt 36 and Herpes 10. Herpes and Syphilis 38 at Okahili Park. What's that? It's just side-by-sides and girls just jumping in the mud. Then we fuck them. And we get herpes, syph, and, everything. So I'm going to go with those dumb glasses, big stupid mustache, and a straw hat, and just like carry like a GoPro and just video people, because it's got to be the worst of humanity. And it's in Bowling Green, Kentucky, out of all places. Okay, Alex, shut that off. Boop, boop. Shut that off. Okay. Ray-Bans, Pit Vipers. Yeah, what Macho Man wore. Yeah, these. This is literally every dude at LS Fest right here. Hey, what you got there? You got one of them BTR cams? Are you having rocker issues? I think you might have rocker issues if you get that push rod. You don't want a high ratio rocker. Is your valve cover rubbing on the rocker? You might have to do something different. Oh, yeah. Fuck me, dude. Do you imagine? These conversations? I want over-the-top Oakleys. Because I'm bald. And over-the-top Oakleys, me and Perdomo would talk about this all the time. If someone can find me over-the-top Oakleys, I would appreciate it. I want over-the-top Oakleys. I need over-the-top Oakleys. These are the most ridiculous. There was a drag racer that used to wear these all the time. And he looked like a fucking alien. And I want to look so retarded. And I want over-the-top Oakleys. Someone send me over-the-top Oakleys. Even if they're Folkleys, I'm okay with that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Whistling Diesel fans show up to his ranch and blatantly say, I came here to see you in the middle of the night. Like, you're going to get a hole in your head. Whistling Diesel. Guy has a successful channel. But the problem is, people think like they know him. He's probably like normal. He's like, hey, how you doing? You know, no, fuck this. This truck's done. Scotty Cannon, Oakleys. Oh my God. Scotty Cannon. I guarantee there's pictures of him with over-the-top Oakley somewhere. Scotty Cannon. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. yeah, buddy. Look at Scott Cannon. Yeah. Over-the-top Oakley, Scott Cannon. That's how I came to know what the fuck are they. I'm like, so he was sponsored by Oakley, see? And Oakley was like, hey, wear the most retarded, ridiculous glasses on the planet. He goes, bet. How much? How much will you pay me to wear these ridiculous, dumb glasses? I'm in. Why does it look like a bra on your head? Laughing my ass off. Fit right in at LS Fest. You look like an Avenger. What is the attire for LS Fest? Like, what shirt do LS owners and LT owners wear more common than anything? Cleated shirts, right? Is it a cleat? Is that like the quintessential cleat shirt? like Mustang owners wear like Carroll Shelby shirts or like, you know, stupid sayings like, you ever see the meme where it says, it shows a shift pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's like, you know, fast, blah, 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 and 6 is fucking fast. And I'm like, 6 is overdrive. 6th is overdrive. It is not fucking fast. Imagine you actually see that meme and go, oh yeah? And then you floor it and you go, it's not going fucking fast. The meme was wrong. It's still real to me, damn it. The fuck is wrong with people? A G-string and a wife beater. What do guys at LS Fest? American flag shirt. 1320 video shirt. I have a pair of Oakley frames if you want, Alex. There used to be, they were issued to me back in 04, but I never used them because I need prescription frames. Just a frame? What about the lens? Is there a lens in them? Leave it to Peter. Okay, so 1320 video shirt. Over the top Oakleys. What about pants? Let's build an LS owner. American shirt. Oh, boy. What? What shall we call him? We got Shelby Dave. What shall we call the LS owner? Kyle? Because Alex might have to get over the top Oakleys, an American flag shirt, or a 1320 video shirt, but I need to know pants and socks and sneakers, like the typical LS owner. What does the typical LS owner wear at LS Fest when you're just like, it's like basic bitches that wear high cowboy boots, jeans, a tan top that matches the boots, and jet black hair. It's like basic bitch attire. Holly shirt. Very good. Pit Vipers, tie-dyed shirts, shredded jeans, and the return of a mullet, an LS mouth breather starter kit. Nice. Carhartt shorts. Which ones? Should I call him Kyle? Kyle's a good LS, like, basic bitch name. LS Frank. Rick. Their boyfriend's underwear. True Religion bedazzled jeans from 2008. LS Billy. LS Tony. The gears are turning. Oh, man. Guys, thank you. This is the great thing about this chat. You guys get me going, and I'm like... The typical LS owner, but I need production value. I need cameras. I can do it. Gym workout cargo pants. South Pole or True Religion jeans, khaki shorts, and sandals. Guys, do me a favor. I'm going to put my email on the chat. And give me ideas about attire. YDBT for life. Pro Charger shirt. Pro Charger hat. A Pro Charger shirt or a Pro Charger hat. A Pro Charger hat. American flag or a 1320 shirt. Cargo shorts or pants. What socks and what sneaks? Walmart work boots. Nike Air Monarch 4A. Brody. Interesting. LS Juan. Hold up, Alex. I'll find out what they wear. Let me walk down to the gay strip club real quick. The fact that you know where a gay strip club is, sus. But love you. Hey, Alex, I paid for the fluid kit in full. Do you have any tips on removing the K member to remove the oil pan? I don't have a lift. Oof, Cody. Senior has installed a couple of fluid kits. Senior, if you hit up, okay, if you go support at lundracing.com, start a ticket about fluid kit fitment. And I think it'll get assigned to Senior, and Senior can guide you through it. LSX Everything shirts. My company is literally Boost Season Apparel. Not even kidding. Nice. Hey, Boost in IT. If you have something that is LS specific, bro, I'll pay for it. Send me a link. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Let's get this character going. Let's get LS Kyle on the channel. Over the top Oakleys. And what some LS guys constantly say about Coyote's fucking huge. Coyote's dumb. It's fucking, it's 5.0. I don't care. It's like a big block. Coyote's a big block. Yeah, Coyotes are a big block, basically. I'd rather get a 4.8. 4.8s have gone 6s stock. The white Costco shoes. Raw Dog Bob. Hey, dudes, got to get the Corvette shoes to match the fit. The white Costco shoes. I don't know which ones those are. New Balances, jean shorts, white socks that come up to your cap. I have that. That's Shelby Dave attire. Kirkland socks. Kirkland socks. LS Luke or LS Larry. It's got to be a super Southern name. Actually, typical Southern names. This is a great session. Southern male names. What? Alfred, Blade, Holt, Jackson, Jebediah, Jefferson, Judge, Lawson. Oh my God, Lawson. Dude. It might be L.S. Lawson. Lee, Marshall, Montgomery, Maxwell, Porter, Abion. Wow. What the fuck is happening? Unreal. I will make it happen. Boost in IT. Let's go. Let's get an LS owners starter kit going, and I'll make LS. You know, what LS owners say, or, you know, typical guys at LS Fest. Cleaners, get over here. I don't care that your car's Imagine people on the return road jump on Leroy. Remember Better Off Dead? Remember the movie Better Off Dead? And the kid that was owed $2 by the guy, and he did nothing but harass the dude the whole movie for $2 because he owed him from his paper route. $2. This is like LS. This right here are LS guys, and this is like how Cletus is.
Johnny.
4 weeks. 20 papers, that's $2 plus tip.
Gee, Johnny, I don't have a dime. Sorry.
Didn't ask for a dime.
I answered
$2.
$2.
Well, it's funny. See, my mom had to leave early to take my brother to school and my dad to work because...
$2.
It's a comb. I had one of those. That's great. Wow, great movie. I'm old as fuck. I'm so old. LS Chip. Oakley over-the-head sunglasses go for over $1,000. Exactly. That's why I want them. They're so fucking rare. Why don't you get some inspiration from Joe Dirt? It's too over the top. It has to be subtle. Like, it has to be so specific that only the real ones know. Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to be so over the top and gay and he's flopping around with dicks and stuff. It has to be so specific that I almost need to talk to LS guys. I might have to reach out to Cleet and go, I'm sorry, Garrett. I don't want to talk to Cleet. I want to talk to Garrett. I go, hey man, sorry to bug you. What are some of the typical things that douchebags ask you in the pits? And I'm sure he'll give me a whole list of them. A big thing LS guys say is dyno tunes are way better than email tunes. That's like every guy. That's like every fucking guy, dude. $2. Alex, I have a 1910 R80 with catless headers. Gonna install the Vortec V3 kit. Can I get a 91 Lund tune and call it a day? If you remove emissions equipment, you will have lights for cat inefficiency codes. We cannot legally disable any codes, but if you want a tune for a 19 Vortec supercharged Mustang, we can get you taken care of. It won't pass inspection. It won't pass emissions. You will fail everything because you, the end user, removed emissions components on a street legal vehicle. Mr. Unknown 760 EPA. Alex, you're snitching on him. He's self-snitched. Shut the fuck up. Pants Cargos. My LQ4 can make 1,000 horsepower just with a tune. LS Nate. If my engine blows, I'll just buy another one from Pull Apart. Exactly. Well, best thing about the LS is when I blow it up, I'll just buy another one and put it in. I'm like, so 20 hours of labor? 30 hours of labor? You don't pay yourself for that? Nope. I just throw in. I bought 753s just in case. Alex had hair. I did have hair back in the day. If my engine blows up, I already got that. I worked with a guy, an LS nut hugger guy, and he only wore snap-on shirts, faded stained shirts with printed pics of his cars, and baggy jean shorts, black Nike socks, and Walmart work boots. Wow. Interesting. Skinny's compound, any good would you recommend? I haven't tried any of them on a proper road. I'm still looking for that road. There's a couple of some guys, there's some roads out west, and I might try that, but it won't be for a while, guys. Skinny's compound, any already got that. Shirt has to be dirty, hands filled with grease. Just shop on his website, and you're in like there with swimmer. Yeah, I don't want to. He's got enough money. Joe Dirt is a Hemi guy. Got it. The Dynamo over the tops are a little over the top. Get some Oakley Pit Vipers. Nope. Over the top. I'm bald. Over the top Oakleys are perfect. No, it blows when it blows. Not if it blows, when it blows. Right. LS guys go, when my car blows up, I'm going to have an extra engine. And that's why I like the LS. What? Like, there's a small block Ford guy. I personally know a small block Ford guy that has a badass, single turbo notch. And he's right at the edge of running sevens with it. Right at the edge. And I think he's one of those guys that's like a diehard small block Ford guy. And he probably looks at Coyotes and goes, you guys are just fucking Coyote bros, bro. Like, I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon. Me when guys are going fucking sevens on stock sealed stuff with turbos and E85. I get it. And I wonder if someone like that looks at that and goes, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Do I like the process? Am I going to ride out with small block Ford forever and have rocker issues, cam issues, engine builder issues? I wonder if the LS guy has more in common with a small block Ford guy, because LS guys and small block Ford guys use the same argument. They use the same argument. Engine packaging, I don't know, it's a big motor, it's very expensive. Like I think small block Ford guys have a lot more in common with LS guys, and they both pseudo hate the Coyote. I bet Alex looked like a homie to clown when he had hair. Just kidding. I want to see the over the tops, man. Me too. You got to do that. A2 deck for the win. See, Veggie J35. That's what I mean. A2 deck, bro. I mean, I'm small block Ford for life. And I'm like, dude, the Coyote does it so much easier. And you barely have to do stuff. And it's a Ford. And it's still a Ford. I guarantee small block Ford guys bypassed the whole overhead cam engine era. And when Godzilla's came out, they were like, oh, finally, a real motor. And I'm like, good luck with that one, buddy. Can't wait for the character to come up, laughing my ass off live. Boy, if I can make an LS guy live stream, because that's where the money's at. Let's be honest, guys. Standalone videos take quadruple the time to make. I can only get you about 10 minutes of content, and you guys will watch 2 minutes of it. Live stream interacting with you in character. I might look. I can try to be Shelby Dave, but I need like a lot of background information on Shelby's. You know who I should talk to about Shelby's? Someone who's way into Shelby. Someone like Senior or BJ McCarty, and just talk and just hear what they say and write it down. This is like okay, okay. So that when I can just go live as Shelby Dave, and I will be Shelby Dave. I won't be anyone else. You will not be talking. I will be 100% in character. You'll be like, oh, this motherfucker's in it to win it. And I'd probably be better off doing live streams because let's be honest, it's an hour and a half and you get a lot more traction doing live streams than you would standalone videos in this format. What's the fastest on 376 single you guys have ever tuned? Oh, what a question. Just had an argument with an LS Kyle, and he was butthurt when I told him that all Gen 3 Coyotes need to make... all Gen 3 Coyotes need to make 1,000 wheels, fuel and boost. So he went on a rant about how SBE LS goes 7s in the quarter and 4s in the 8th. So do completely sealed Coyote motors minus boost and E85. Alex, who's worse, LS guy or Mopar guy? Well, I've had some interaction with a lot of LS guys that convert to Coyote. Guys, you know how many? There's a lot of LS guys that are finally starting to look in Coyote and go, I can't deny that all you have to do is boost and fuel and it just cake, power, reliability, technology. They're finally starting to come around. So I used to think LS guys are fucking stupid. But the guys that convert go, Alex, I appreciate this Coyote because it's a lot less work. I can just turn it on and do my thing and get it tuned and be happy. As before, I needed a cam, I needed the Holley high ram, I needed a flex fuel sensor, I needed all this shit. The transmissions were shit. You know, I mean, it's a complete nightmare. JPR says, LS does it easier than the small block Chevy, though. Chevy stock, LS guy, ball on the budget. The way he's structuring his sentences hurt my eyes. 305 F150 says, I'm curious if the tramp stamp on the drag pack NA, goes faster than a street tires on the street. That'll be interesting. I finally got a set of tires. I got to get some fronts, and then we'll see if Champ Stamp goes faster on the street. 12.9 was the fastest the truck has gone on the street with a Draggy. We'll see if we can beat it with some Poverty Stars. Yes, wiretap BJ's phone and just listen to all the Shelby guys. Exactly, Coyote Kelly. I would almost say to BJ, hey, I will pay you for a week's worth of phone calls that you get, and I will just sit here and just verbatim repeat what they say. My teeth hurt. Most Mopar guys align with Ford guys. A shared dislike of GM stuff. I don't think so. I think most Mopar guys are like their own thing. I don't think Mopar guys are like Chevy guys. I don't think Mopar guys are like Ford guys. Mopar guys are Mopar guys. I don't like just like Ford guys. Ford guys dislike Chevy, but we don't necessarily dislike Mopar. Mopar guys dislike both. You don't see many boosted Camaros. I guess they're faster NA. I had an 02 WS6 and now have a 12 GT500. Super happy with my car now, says Ronnie. I would love to do a Coyote swap for my Fox, but couch touches the wall, a.k.a. he's poor. We're all poor, guys. Twisted in Georgia says, I'm a diehard Ford guy. Love a small block in its simplicity, but would Coyote swap everything if I could? Still dreaming of a Coyote swap Mustang. Good for you. I like that. Look, one of the better body styles I saw was it a WS6? Like Brian Luna's car, Brian Luna's Firebird is gorgeous. And I would buy it and Coyote swap it in a heartbeat. I think these are very good looking cars. I see these cars and I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that. Boy, in red, I don't like that fucker in red at all. Ugh, let me see. Yeah, I've always liked this body style car. Okay, cool body style. I just, just wasn't my thing per se. It looked kind of dumb, but back in its day when these came out, they were raping cars, dude. Back when these cars came out, they were raping shit. And to me, that's a good look. To me, that's a good looking car. But guys, I would Coyote swap it in a heartbeat. Take all the dumb shit that makes it gay and put a Coyote swap, 6R or T56, and an 8.8. Basically a Mustang drivetrain, but with that body. It won't piss them off. They don't care. They don't give two shits. I don't think there's a huge, and if there is a huge following for these specific vehicles, then it would make me Coyote swap it even faster. Like Brian Luna's car to me is a perfect car to Coyote swap, in my opinion. And the Fairmont, look, the body on the Fairmont is going to need some help pretty soon. So I've contemplated taking the drivetrain out of it and putting it into something else, and something like this or a T-type would really tickle my fancy. Like, do this, but it has to be pretty straight, and shove a Coyote swap into this. And obviously it wouldn't be a drag car. It would be more like a street fuck around car. Oh, that's perfect right there. Oof, that is perfect. I would absolutely Coyote swap one of these guys. I wouldn't do it to a Grand National because that's sacrilegious, but on a T-type, fuck yeah, all day, every day. LS Coyote here. Still have 3 GM vehicles, but the Coyote is just simpler, says 305 F-150. Pulling over for tacos. Got it. You heard of Mopar Brody? No, I have not. Just saw Coyote swap Fairlane this weekend. Gorgeous. LS guys always say budget this and budget that, but never account for labor cost. If they did, it'll sit for years and it'll be just as fast as they are in the Grand. So that's the issue with me. Labor. LS guys will say it's cheaper to build an LS. It's cheaper to buy 4.8s and go 6s stock bottom end. The labor, you're not accounting for the amount of time you're wrenching on the shit. Okay? Like a lot of times you have to take that into account. How much you're working on the car. I have not, knock on wood, had any major failures with the Fairmont. It's been in there for 2 years. That same motor and transmission were in that car for 2 years. That is 4 years of Coyote 800, 900 plus wheel operation. No issues with the motor or trans. It did blow a trans on this guy. Once I went 4R200, never had an issue again. I've never had any big failures. In 4 years, how many LS guys can say over 800, over 900 wheel, beating the shit out of it a lot? And I've never had to actually pull something apart, head, rocker arm, cam, nothing. So the labor has to be taken into account. And when it comes to Coyote, that pays for itself. Yes, the upfront cost is huge, but then you don't have to touch it for a very long time. Is Brian Luna the guy who raced at Texas 2K18 in the red car? I don't know. Someone said, yeah, he was. I don't think so. I don't think Brian Luna raced at TX2K because I think his car has always been down. There's a Coyote Swap W6 in the works. I think it belongs to someone that Brian knows. Yes, that car is badass, but I'm talking about like a street-friendly vehicle. I would buy Brian Luna's car in a heartbeat. That car is super nice. Caged up, the whole nine. It's got big stuff. I'd get rid of all that dumb shit. Coyote control pack, custom dash like a AEM dash, and just ride the fuck out and drive it. Can't wait to see it. Sister Six's Coyote Swap Camaro. Do you want to see a Coyote Swap Camaro? Follow Bondo Bird. He's already driving it. It's all over the place. And and Zay Monson says, Angel, no, that was Juan. LS, the person that likes to tinker engine. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You want to tinker with your engine. I understand wanting to be under the hood a lot. But if you have to be under the hood, it's totally different than wanting to be under the hood. The blower was the biggest Fairmont issue, wasn't it? Yes, the blower locked up. The Edelbrock blower locked up. Sent it back to Edelbrock. It's just a build issue. They sent it to Kong. Kong ported the case, then sent it to me. Haven't had any issues since. There were people swapping Coyotes into Miatas. It's hilarious. I don't even know why they did that. I'm like, a Miata? A Miata? Like, that's probably the only time I go, it's not cool. I mean, maybe it's cool because of the go-kart theme and the small and the visual and the clout, but practicality and actual performance, I'm not a fan. But, you know, it's hard work and good for him, but I'm literally not a fan of putting a Coyote in a Miata where the MAF sensor is hitting the air and it probably idle surges like a motherfucker. No, thank you. Unless you get a 4753 iron block, you're limited with boost stock. Who is this? Is this a gamer? It says Kimberly Chase. No, I'm not a gamer. I'm just a Coyote fan. I'm a shit talking car guy that talks Coyote stuff, and I give people tech talk, humor. Just watch my channel. Go click on my channel, see some of the videos, and you'll probably get up to par. And you'll probably dislike me very much. Might as well put a Coyote in a Geostorm too. That's what I mean. Like, you're not about cheapening the product. I don't care about cheapening the product. It's stupid. It's stupid. Now, awesome. It'll get clout. It'll get Instagram likes. It's almost as bad as putting a Coyote in a bug. Remember the guy who put a Coyote in a VW bug and it looks retarded? It looks deformed. Front engine, rear drive bug, Coyote swap? What's cool about that? Nothing. Is it hard? Yes. Is the labor impressive? Yes. Is it cool? Fuck no. The Miata is the budget Cobra. I don't understand if a 2012 V6 Mustang can make $650 for the same price as just buying a Coyote car. Why not? Oh my God, you are fucking retarded. Where can you make $650 for the same price as a Coyote and reliably? That's the biggest thing. Reliably. Like you could slap on a budget turbo kit on a V6, tune it, whatever. How long is that going to last you? A 650 horse Coyote will last for 150,000 miles, beating the shit out of it. But a 650 horsepower V6 Mustang, and it sounds fucking retarded and gay. It sounds terrible. It's a V6. It's a V6. Stop it with your V6 arguments. I can't believe people are still bringing up V6 arguments. Alex, I'm waiting for the channel to go up high so we can build the backdraft Cobra. Hey, you're waiting. I'm waiting. Richard King said, what's up? There's a Hellcat Swap Miata too. Exactly. And where did that go? Where did that go? There's a Hellcat Swap Miata. Where did that go? No one cared. After the initial buzz, people have moved on. I saw how restrictive the stock intake was on my V3 kit in your video. What do you recommend for an alternative versus the stock intake? Honestly, the PMAS sells a filter replacement and elbow, I think, for the Vortec kit, so look into that. The Hellcat Miata is useless. Exactly. It's just a burnout machine. It's just a big, dumb, look at me, burnout machine. Fine if that's what he wants. But then no one cares. Then people look at it at a parking lot and go, man, that's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Someone said, dog, did you just say that? I don't know what he meant. What did you think of that mid-engine Coyote Porsche? The mid-engine Coyote Porsche, to me, I think made a little more sense. The engine's in the back. They retained, if I'm not mistaken, the DCT, or did they go manual? I think it was a manual. But the engine is in the back. It somehow fit. That, for whatever reason, makes sense in my mind. A rear engine, highly engineered vehicle, a Porsche, with a Coyote in it, rear engine, that's attractive. A front engine Miata? A front engine Coyote Miata? Come on, stop it. Someone said the Hellcat Miata got wrecked. That sucks. That's not good. 305 F-150. I don't know what you're looking at, but there's 210 likes, not 14 likes. So maybe you got on the show late. New project 80 Force Fuel as a daily with head cam and bigger turbo. Hopefully it's not a stupid mistake. Well, can always Coyote swap. Richard King, do yourself a favor. Don't even bother fucking with that car. You're going to be into it for money, labor, and you're going to make 250 horsepower. And you're going to go, I got beat by an Altima. I got beat by a Nissan Quest. I came across, guys, it happened to me. Forgot to tell you. I don't know if it was, before I talk out of my ass, let me just look at what they look like if they have a different wheel package. I believe I came across a Mustang Mach-E GT yesterday on the highway. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, it had these wheels. So I came across a Mustang Mach-E GT. It had these wheels yesterday on the highway, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw one in the wild. And the motherfucker obviously knows his car's electric, obviously knows his car is zippy, and he kept fucking with me. Guess which car I was in? The red car. The slowest car I got. But I thought to myself, let's do some math. 0 to 60, my car on the street is quicker than a GT500. It's been 11.2, 0 to 60. So I've done a 1.5 something 60 foot on the red car. So I thought to myself, from a dig, I got it. Because I had my Hoosiers on. From a dig, I got it. From a roll, I definitely got it. So we're on the highway, and this guy he sees the red car, and you can see him doing this shit in traffic, and he bam, and stays slammed at my door the whole time. And I'm like, I guess he wants to party. It's a 6R80 car. So after about a mile, I saw it clearing, and I'm not gonna hey, you want to race an SUV? I just said, all right, let me goose it and see what the deal is. He was ready. So I go, and boom, he was on it too, and it stayed like this, like this, and the moment my car's converter locked up, it went and it was a steady pull, and I went. The fact that it stayed there pretty even on the hit until the converter locked up, and then I walked away from it like this. It was probably 2.5, 3 cars by about 120, and I let off. But then what happens? They want more, and they want more. And I'm one of those guys that I do this. Your shit's electric. That was your shot. That was it. I'm not going to keep ragging out my car over and over and over to prove a point. If I beat you like that, and I'm walking away from you at a certain rate, there's no reason to race again. And you have an electric, so it has diminishing gains the more you use it. So what did you think was going to happen? Like extra electricity was going to happen? I'm like, no, you got beat, you got walked, it's over. So the rest of the time, he is shadowing me like the whole time. And I'm like, dude, you got beat. Like, you want me to rag it out again and get caught racing a Mach-E? Come on, stop it. So there are Mach-E GTs out there, guys, and people are egging people on to race. So understand this. Everything I said was true. So unless you got a low 11-second capable car minimum, because that's my slowest car, you're probably going to get touched with a Mach-E GT because it stayed there on the hit until the converter locked up, and I was able to lurch ahead of him by a couple of cars. It was an interesting thing that happened to me that I totally forgot to talk about, but it happened late last night while I was going out for a cruise. My next car will be a 350. It will be a 3RS. Can't go wrong with a Porsche. Can't go wrong with a Porsche. Run it again, fool. Like, you want me to run you an electric car multiple times to have, what do you think? It's going to be the same result. It's now, the white car, I was very happy. I raced Jake's F-150, and he had 11 pounds of boost, which is about a high 700 horsepower setting, versus my white car. I got him on the first race because he wasn't in the right gear. But in the next race, he was in the right gear, and he walked away from me very slowly. But I was very happy that it wasn't like a whoa! And obviously my car's hurt, whatever, and it's a manual. But I was within the general, in the same solar system, but his truck just only at 11 PSI. That thing can go up to 20 and make 1,000, and it yanks like crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Again, mock EGTs are out there racing people, so be careful of that. Get me suggestions on attire at ydbtforlife@gmail.com for the upcoming LS Bro character that I might introduce or not. Depends on how motivated I get, and we'll see if we can get that going on the channel. Like what would happen at LS Fest and things LS guys say at LS Fest, not in general. Things LS guys say at LS Fest. And that'd be a funny video to make, in my opinion. All right, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Go to the gym. Have a good Sunday. Do my whole thing. I will see you guys on Talking Shit Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Wednesday and Thursday, we got YDBT Dailies at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys later. Have a great rest of your